I'm going to show you a little bit about uh, selection tools and some bit about curves, some of the easiest ways for curves anyway. Is the caps lock is a thing that you do with the brush so you can see this ring. Without caps lock you got that. You can barely see that. So there's caps lock. It's no caps lock. Now I'm going to change this to a larger size. Let's start with something small for now. And gonna do legs. When you do legs, do like this. And then a foot. This is the pose. And the hips are right here in this angle, like this. So now we need the buttocks part and work our way on the outside and this side. And I can see right now the foot is a little bit too thick. Might not be long enough too. So let's do this. There. And the big toe. And I'm going to change, instead of using an eraser, I like this side of the brush, so I'm going to change to clear. Brush mode, clear. It won't select clear. It's because I'm on this layer. Guess I'll have to start a new layer. Edit, copy, edit, paste. Then I can erase all this stuff, other stuff I did. There. Now I can use clear. Brush. Clear is still blocked because I'm on the first layer. Clear. Go from here to here, something like this. It's a foot. Add a little bit inside curve. Now, for this part, like the hip is right here, I can put a highlight on another layer to show where I want the center of the hip to be, or where the joint is. I don't think that did anything. 29, nothing selected. Oh, it's got the eraser tool, that's it. Okay, normal tool. The joint right here. The other joint is right there. So I have to imagine the hip, the curvature of the hip is right there. So do it larger, larger. Well, that might be about right. So center on that and start a new layer. Oops. Undo brush. Want something I can see that dot with. So now I have that as the curvature. And I can probably just try this. Go across here like this. And like this. And then do edit, free transform. This will leave a little cracked line through here. but I'm going to do it anyway. This is distort, and there. Now that we have that, we'll get closer to this area right here. So now I got that. I can make a copy of it to expand the hips, but then I have to make the front shape. So I'm going to hide this, and the hips needs to be shaped kind of like this. And you can see how I got chopped up there. So now I just do this brush, which is small, smaller than I'd want. See, go with bigger one, and that kind of does it. So that way I can tell that it needs something like this. Then select inverse, trim these corners off. Smaller brush. And then select inverse again and fill in this area. Oops, that was eraser. And this. This is one side. You can see it's not really that blurry. I'm going to try that on this side too. And fill in. There. That's sort of like what the hip kind of looks like. And I can do the same thing here for this curve to curve back. Select inverse. So I can't paint inside the circle no more. I paint outside the circle. Okay, that's the hip. Then turn the dots on. Oh, that's not right. Dots. Edit. Copy. Edit. Paste. Let's hide this one. right there. I was moving something that was hiding, so I'll probably have to fix that. Oh, it's not that much. Okay, it's just a little above this curve, a little bit above this curve. Okay, so now we got that. We can see that the hips are probably going to make the legs wider. So I'm going to put this up above and hide it for now. No, the other one for now. And I got this. So now the thigh that goes down this way, and let's see, this would make kind of like a shape of a thigh. So I just do new layer, edit, fill. Now that it's filled, I can rotate it, fit it, free transform, rotate it, and join it right there. Looks like the curve needs to come out like right there. Since I am more familiar with legs, it might help to study the legs, understand what I'm doing here. So that's done, and I can copy that. And I want to hide this and this. And this is the copy that I have. I have to rotate it. So I'm thinking more like this right here is the knee, and I need to show the thigh. I don't see a thigh. There it is. Wrong one. Yep, that looks about right. Could go up a little bit on the turn, and there. So I got part of a thigh and two thighs. Now I can work on the shins. Shins are kind of straight and dipped the other way. So I can do this with this to start out with. And do fill. Wait a minute. New layer. Fill. And put this down here below this thigh. Actually, maybe go above the thigh. probably go below everything anyway. So now I got this. I don't need this. And then edit, retransform. Actually, I want to make the shape first. Make this top part bigger. Fill. And maybe a little bit bigger. Edit. Fill. And that's that. So I just give it a little slope down towards that way, like curvature. Edit. Fill. Now I can zoom in close and get this shape a little better. Actually, I want to probably get that straighter. And use the eraser. Add a little more here. And you can see that this isn't that blurry, but that's the problem with that there is not so blurry. I'm going to move in here, there. Now we got that part. Now we need something more like this. No, like this. Edit, fill, edit, retransform. I guess it. There it is. What I'm doing is trying to get this to curve up towards the knee. So I select this and delete it from this part. Then I can get rid of this. And that's like the knee. The shin has more of a curve, but it's almost like a straight line. Let's just start off with a straight line. And we got that. Now we have to move it into position. Retransform. Actually, the knee is a little low, so I'll just move this back of this leg to where it needs to be. And then work on the knee. Good to do it like this, but then I can fill it on another layer and rotate it. I could fill that with another color to make it easier to see. Because I'm just using it to trim. Okay. And we can hide it. And fill in this. Now I got a knee and probably a leg that's a little bit too thick. Maybe I can just straighten that up and then make it smaller. Uh, Actually, I think the knee could be a little bit low. So let's move it up some more. And then erase this behind it. So that's a leg. And then we're going to do this copy. And edit, copy, edit, paste. Oh, that didn't do it. Undo, paste. Copied the wrong thing. Edit, copy, edit, paste. And then we kind of straighten up this shin. Move over. Now we just erase some of this. This looks like it should be curved more, but I guess I didn't really get that. I'll just add it to here, or the heel of the foot. Hit it, fill, and then move it over here and fill it. So this would be the foot over here. Just go from here to here to little toes and big toes. Hit it, fill. So now I got something more like a shape of the legs and the foot on the inside. Let's use just the eraser to fix this. And the brush, too big. It's more like the ball of the foot, and then I can just go up like this. Shape the arch, and here we are on back leg. Eraser, and then the ball of the foot. Let's make that ball bigger. Oh, that was eraser. Let's make less of a ball. Bring it down less. Get a bigger one. There. The back of the heel is kind of straight, so I go in and straight. And then bring this up like this. See, all these things are just fine tuning. Like this chin needs more of a curve. It's the wrong way to do it, but I'll just trim it anyway. So where is that? And then it goes down to the foot. Go back up and move this line and trim some more. And it looks like the line underneath there is still showing. And select inverse. And fill this area. Select inverse. Get this if I can. Yep, there it was. So now it's more downward to here. Edit, fill. And this one should be probably lower. And that one was the one. Bring it down a little more. There. And then go with the upper thigh and add more here. Now we got little things to work on. So I'm going to merge all of this down, I believe. Yep, I'll just merge all of it down into one. Get rid of this. There, now it's all merged down into one. And I hide these dots. Now when I want this to be softer, like this is sharp for somebody that's in focus, I just select all, edit, copy. And then say there's somebody in the background that's doing the same thing. Uh, they're out of focus because they're too far away. This is the main focus. This is somebody that's out of focus. So I do is select the area. You see this is selected. Now I'm going to do something with this selection. I'm going to feather it. Feather it by 3. And let's see how that one, maybe let's go with 2 for now. And then I select inverse. And now this selects the inverse of that. Is it like delete? There's a softer version. So it's not in focus. That's edit, undo, deselect, and step back, step back, step back. I think that step back enough. And I'm going to go with 3. Don't know if I can go with 3.5. I can try. Select, feather, 3.5. Select inverse, delete. This looks more like a person in the distance to me. See, the edges are soft. And it's still kind of hard around there. It's like lighting. And I do this again. Select inverse and hit delete. And that takes out more. There's a blurry figure, and this like the hips can be finished out like this. Gets curved here. Let's say we want to curve there. Want it to go up to here for the body, and then this side over here want it to come down here and just like this and this. Okay, that's sort of the body. And I'll just move this down here and do a fill. Edit, fill. Okay. And just like before, when I want to curve, I use something like this. And then select trim it. It's inside. Trim everything inside. And inverse it. And paint everything on the other side. And that makes a curve. Of course, I probably wanted to curve. Undo, deselect, select inverse, more like this. Select inverse. Now I'm selected outside the circle. And I'm going to fill this in. Then I can move this selection, and that wouldn't be that great. I can do like this and move this up right there. That'll probably be alright. Select inverse. This right here is showing there's like a stick in the mud sticking out. So I can make this bigger. Just fill it in. And then do a small curve right here. Select inverse. And then down here, you have this dip that's actually not like that, because the back of the shin, or the knee, back of the knee, is more like this. And then I can fix that with some curves. Could be larger. Select inverse. And then move this, edit, undo, select inverse. So now I can move the inside. And then fill this in, select inverse. And then give more of a curve here. Oops. Select inverse. There. Do more of a curve here, except it had to be rotated. Maybe I can get it like this. And then so now we got this kind of done. I'd rather have this more sloped here. Like a curve. There. Getting close. And we can trim a little bit of this. Looks kind of pointed. Let's add some curve. That's actually closer to being right. Okay, and this part right here looks like it's curved out too much. And you can't do it like this. Edit, edit, fill, edit, free transform. I don't think that would look right. Move this in. That'll do better. Delete. And then remove this layer. And so that I think I'm getting it better with these shapes. And I already showed you how to do that soft select. So I do this soft select, add this to this, and then select feather. Let's go with the 1. Select inverse, delete, and see if this gets everything balanced out with all these lines. They don't show any cuts or addings or anything. It smooths it out. You like a perfectly smooth shape. And I guess that would be it for with shaping with these selection tools and the brush, which I think I did. Showing the brush filled in like this for a curve, like right here. So that shows it also. When I want to fill in this area, since it's something that can be filled in with soft brush, let's use it. Soft brush. And paint in the inside. I'm going to do like this color. Let's go with this color. So I think it's a little different. And if I go bigger, then I mess it up. But I need to go bigger for this. So I go down this side. And I go down this side, which let's go a little bit smaller and less flow rate. so it's set back farther. Then I can add shading. Black usually needs a whole lot less shading. Go with the 8. I use a wider brush for this area and that area. Smaller brush for down here. And then use this lighter color. This is the side that's on the light, or up front more. While this is the back side. You see that I got this like a dark orange. That adds color to it, so the shading isn't too dark. And this needs a little bit of a sink there, but just it goes smaller around here like this, but softer, maybe a little bigger. Because this is like a sink here. And then I pick up a color that's close, blend in there, and shade it. And this dip needs to go up higher. Yeah. Because this is going towards the front of the hip. And this muscle comes up in here. And then this goes curved like this. And then add some lightness here. Yeah. Since it's a low lighting, I can just add it where it's needed. It's really low flow, so I can color in everything I want. Like pick up this darker color shade, a little bit of this orange, and this kneecap probably on the darker side. And this shows a sink through here with a little bit of a highlight for the tendons. And that makes this part stick out a little bit for the tendon. This is going to be blended in here better. I need a bigger brush to blend in better. Oh, that was too light. Let's try that. Normally there's like a little tendon here on the inside. So just showing it might help. Could add a little bit of lightness on there, but it's still in the curve. Be darker below the knee. So that's shape. I did it on the black. And then we can see if this stayed soft. We can make it softer. Let's select, edit, copy, edit, paste, edit, free transform, and we'll just, didn't color the feed or anything. We'll just make this part of the background. Then, wrong one. Select feather, go with 3, and select inverse, and get it close so we can see it. Delete. Edit. We can also do grow and grow some more. Or select inverse and grow that way. What did I select? There we go. Now we got crow, and then select inverse and delete. And do soft feather, see feather, and go with 1. Now go with 2. There. Now that would be blurrier look. Of course, there's places in the middle that didn't work out right. Go with okay. That'd be good enough. So that's in the distance. And I can make details blurrier. Blur. And blur more. So that's more of a distance, and I can do that same thing here. Filter, blur, blur more. Then you know that this is the main focus because it's sharper. And also, maybe add a little bit of a thing behind it. Let's see, like a shadow. This shadow kind of adds to a blur effect. It's light shadow, you don't hardly notice it. Like a aura around a person. So you can do that too. Help bring this person in. It's more focused. So like this is the person. See that line black there shaded around it, or you can do without it. It keeps it look sharper. You just don't have that much showing. This is sort of like an exercise room. So that should be it for now.